Safety and Handling Manual for ArGas. Issued by Kontoo Industries. Effective date, March 7, 2014. Revision 1.0. Table of Contents. Introduction. General Safety Guidelines. Personal Protective Equipment, PPE. Storage and Handling Procedures. Emergency Response Protocols. Decontamination Procedures. Medical Management. Reporting and Documentation. Contact Information. 1. Introduction. Overview. ArGas is a proprietary chemical agent developed by Kontoo Industries for use in classified settings. This manual provides comprehensive guidelines for the safe handling, containment, and emergency response procedures related to ArGas. Adherence to these guidelines is mandatory for all personnel involved in the research, storage, and handling of ArGas. 2. General Safety Guidelines. Access control. Only authorized personnel with appropriate training and clearance are allowed access to areas where ArGas is stored or handled. Security. The facility must be secured at all times. Access is controlled through biometric authentication and monitored by advanced surveillance systems. Training. All personnel must undergo regular training and certification in chemical safety, biosecurity, and emergency response procedures. Health monitoring. Regular health check UPS and monitoring are mandatory for all personnel handling ArGas. Any symptoms of illness must be reported immediately. 3. Personal Protective Equipment, PPE. Required PPE for handling ArGas. Full body protective suit, a sealed, impermeable suit with integrated gloves and boots. The suit must be equipped with an independent oxygen supply. Respiratory protection, a powered air purifying respirator, PAPR, or self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA, to prevent inhalation of airborne particles. Face shield and goggles, full face protection to prevent exposure to aerosolized particles and splashes. Double gloves, 2 layers of gloves to provide additional protection against punctures and contamination. Boot covers, waterproof and disposable boot covers to prevent contamination. 4. Storage and Handling Procedures. Storage. Containers. ArGas must be stored in reinforced, airtight containers made of non-reactive materials. Environment. Containers should be kept in a secure, temperature-controlled environment to prevent degradation or accidental release. Fire suppression. Storage areas must be equipped with fire suppression systems and chemical neutralizers. Labeling. All containers must be clearly labeled with hazard warnings and handling instructions. Handling. Ventilation. Handling should be conducted in well-ventilated areas with appropriate fume hoods and extraction systems. Equipment. Use only non-reactive tools and equipment when handling ArGas. Regularly inspect and maintain equipment to ensure integrity. Transfer. Transfer of ArGas between containers must be done using closed systems to minimize exposure risk. 5. Emergency Response Protocols. In case of exposure. Immediate actions. Evacuate the contaminated area and seal it off to prevent further exposure. Remove contaminated PPE and place it in designated biohazard containers. Wash exposed skin thoroughly with soap and water. Medical evaluation. Report to the medical center immediately for evaluation and treatment. Provide a detailed account of the exposure incident to medical personnel. Containment and decontamination. Isolate the exposed area and initiate decontamination procedures. Utilize chemical neutralizers and fire suppression systems to decontaminate surfaces and equipment. Incident reporting. Notify the Biocontainment Facility Command Center and the Incident Response Team Leader immediately. Complete an incident report detailing the circumstances, actions taken, and any injuries sustained. 6. Decontamination procedures. Routine decontamination. Surfaces and equipment, wipe down with EPA-approved chemical neutralizers. Allow contact time as specified by the manufacturer. PPE, decontaminate and dispose of as per facility protocols. Do not reuse disposable PPE. Aerosolized contaminants, use HEPA-filtered air purifiers and chemical neutralizers to neutralize airborne particles. Post-incident decontamination. Containment areas, seal off and thoroughly decontaminate all affected areas using fumigation with appropriate chemical neutralizers. Personnel, ensure all individuals involved in the decontamination process are wearing appropriate PPE and follow step-by-step decontamination procedures. 7. Medical management. Symptom monitoring, monitor for symptoms of ArGas exposure, including respiratory distress, chemical burns, and neurological symptoms. Isolation, exposed individuals must be isolated in a negative pressure room to prevent the spread of the gas. Treatment, provide supportive care and administer appropriate antidotes as recommended by medical personnel. Follow-up, conduct follow-up medical evaluations for all personnel exposed to ArGas. 8. Reporting and documentation. Incident reports, document all incidents, exposures, and containment breaches. Submit reports to the biocontainment facility's safety officer and the regulatory authorities. Safety audits, conduct regular safety audits to ensure compliance with protocols and identify areas for improvement. Training records, maintain up-to-date training records for all personnel handling ArGas. 9. Contact information. Emergency contacts. Biocontainment Facility Command Center, 555-738-2965. Medical Center, 555-846-3721. Security Office, 555-917-4832. Safety Officer, 555-632-8594. Incident Response Team Leader, 555-724-1653. Note, this manual is subject to revision. Ensure that you are using the latest version and adhere to all updated protocols and guidelines.